Okay, welcome back for another Photopea animation session. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a GIF animation, and the theme this time was autumn. So I decided to do a park scene, like a park bench in the fall, and some falling leaves as my animation. I've already selected my images, I searched them up, I downloaded them. Let's take a look at those here quickly. Here's the background. And then I'm going to have the leaves kind of floating and falling down in front of this, and something that like zooms in, it says happy fall or something like that. The leaves that I downloaded were this and these. So these require that I take screenshots to cut them out, and then I'm going to have to remove the backgrounds. So Command-Shift-4. I open these in preview by double-clicking them. Command-Shift-4 to take a screenshot. And you'll notice that, like, with the maple leaves here, that I'm getting pieces of the neighboring leaves when I take those screenshots. So that's going to have to be doctored in Photopea. But not before I open every one of those screenshots of the leaves and remove the backgrounds and remove BG. So once I've screenshotted all those to cut them out, then I go back to remove BG, and here are all the ones that I did. Again, take a screenshot, upload them, remove the background, download them, and as I was downloading them, I renamed them Leaf 1 through 10. So then it's back to Photopea. I'm going to open a new project. I'm not going to worry about the size. I'm just going to hit create. And the first thing I want to do is pull my background in. So I'm going to go back to my Finder here, and I had that on my desktop. It was Autumn Bench. So I can just click and drag this in and resize it. For whatever reason, I wasn't getting this little window that pops up when I was resizing at school that showed me the dimensions of my image. But if I click here, it pops up a window, width and height, 1080 by 720, and I want to get rid of these white margins. So I'm going to go to image, canvas size. I'm going to change this to 1080, and it's already 720. Okay, and then that will do it for my background. Okay, so let's get all those individual leaves that I removed the backgrounds from. Let's get all those individual leaves in here. And we can do that in one fell swoop. If I go to my Finder and I go to, those are all in my downloads, Leaf 1 through 10. I can click on Leaf 1, hold Shift, click on Leaf 10, and then I can click and drag these in, and it will import all of them at once and put each one of them in a new layer. Now, I'm going to eventually want all those in the same layer, I think, but I'm going to individually resize them now, and I'm going to touch them up. So I'm going to erase the extra pieces that I don't want. Zoom in here a little bit. You know, you can go to View, Fit the Area. There we go. So I've got all these leaves in here. Now the task becomes resize them and doctor them, erase the pieces that I don't want. So I'm separating them all out here. This is running real slow. I'm not sure why. It was all the maple leaves that I got pieces of the adjoining leaves. And the process is basically just, I'm going to turn off my background here so I can see these better. And then eraser tool, click on it, you're going to have to rasterize, okay, and then just erase. Kind of move these around. I think that the slowness, the lag here is due to the network, and that's nothing that I can fix. That's the drawback with using a program like Photopea, right? Because Photopea is not a program that runs on our computer. Photopea runs in the cloud, right? It runs on the Photopea computers or whatever, wherever they are. So if there's lag in the network, then I'm going to get the lag, and there's nothing I can do about it. Rasterize. So this was just a process of rasterizing each of these, erasing the edges that I don't want, and then resizing them also they're an appropriate size, and I've already done all that. So I'm going to close this project and reopen it where I left off before. Okay, so here we are, and I am almost ready to start animating. I've got my background, I've got my leaves. You know, I should do the text first. And add text. I'm trying to think what I want this to say. I like, just something generic. I'm just going to put something generic here, like happy fall. Welcome fall to all. I'm going to go ahead and resize this. Change the color. Okay, I think I'm finally ready to start animating. You know, I think I'll duplicate this text layer so I can make the colors cycle as well. Okay, good enough. Now I'm gonna do the _a_ for all of these right now. Okay, let's place everything the way we want it on the first frame. I just realized something. I think that I've created a massive production for myself because I just realized that I'm going to have to do 10 separate animations of leaves falling if I want 10 leaves. And then I'm going to have to merge those somehow into frames that have all the leaves together on the background. Let's go back to Yelnick's room for a second because she described this process. Stand by. Okay. This was, let me search for the page. GIF. Down here, advanced, merging frames. Let's say we have 3 frames of one animation and 3 frames of another, i.e. 6 layers starting with _a_. The resulting GIF will have 6 frames. Can we make these 2 animations play simultaneously in parallel? We need to turn it into 3 frame layers, where each layer contains images from both animations. We can do it manually. Merge each 2 layers into one using layer merge layers. So, okay. This is going to take forever. Yes. So, like, say I might have to do like 3 leaves. If I do 3 leaves and I have 15 frames of animation to get them to fall down the screen, then I would select the first. I would do that for all 3 of them individually. So that would be 45 frames. And then I would select the first frame for leaf A and the first frame for leaf B and the first frame for leaf C and the background. And I would merge them. And then I would do the same thing for the second frame of leaf A, B, C in the background. And I would end up with 15 frames of animation. So if I have 10 leaves and 15 frames, I'm going to end up with like 150 frames and like, you know, 15 merges or 15 merged layers eventually. It'd be cool. It strikes me, it's interesting to me. This would be so much easier to do in code.org and GameLab. Why are we doing it in Photopea then? The reason we're doing it in Photopea is only because we can then export as GIF. You can't do that in code.org. The code.org GameLab is built for animations. That's what the whole thing is made to do. You know, Photopea is an image editing software. It's not really made for animations, but it has this ability to export GIFs. I'm going to have to, you know, I really don't think it can be done in code.org. How would we, wait a second. So the way to do it in code.org would be to create the animation and then run it and take screenshots as you run it and create frames that way, and then pull them into Photopea and then create the GIF in here. That's a thought, but I don't think we can take screenshots rapidly enough. If there were, maybe there's a tool that can like click, like a burst of screenshots, then that would be way easier. I'm going to look into that, a burst of screenshots, and see if that's doable. I don't know how to do it. All right, but let's just continue with this. I'm going to go back to like 3. I wish I hadn't done 10 leaves now. I'm going to go back to like 3 leaves here so I don't end up spending my entire Sunday doing this. Okay, I went with 5 leaves. I couldn't do 3. And these are the winners. Okay. So the process is 1 leaf at a time, animate it falling. I'm just going to go left or right here. I'm going to start over here with my horrible laggy computer network. It's going to start right there. That's leaf 1. So I'm going to duplicate this. Actually, first, I'm going to turn off all these other layers because I'll get to them. I'll animate them eventually. I've got leaf 1 in my background on. Okay. Right click, duplicate layer, and I'm going to say frame 2 and leaf 1 frame 1 because I'm going to end up merging everything that says frame 1, everything that says frame 2, and so on. Okay, so select frame 2, move the leaf, okay, and then duplicate layer, rename layer, move the leaf, and I have transform on here, so I can, oh, this is so bad. I'm not sure I can do this here. This lag is so bad. I'm gonna stop recording here and start again and close all my other. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm recording with Active Presenter while I'm working on this cloud-based program. I'm gonna shut you guys off while I do this because you kind of get the idea. We're duplicating layers, we're renaming them, and then I'm moving the object. So I'm gonna do that for this whole leaf and maybe the others, and then I'll bring you guys back. Okay, stand by. Okay, I'm back. The lag has fixed itself. Photopea crashed, and when I reopened it, the lag was gone. So maybe that's what I needed. And this doesn't really take that long. I ended up doing 22 frames to get this leaf to fall, and I also rotated the leaf and moved it left and right on the x-axis. So let me show you how this is done. See how fast I can go through this with a different leaf. Maybe we'll just leave those on, and we'll do leaf number 4, and no, we'll just leave them here. Okay. The way to do this first is to duplicate all the frames and place them where you want them falling down the screen, and then do the rotations all one after another, and then do the renaming of the frames one after another. So let's position the leaf. So this is going to be frame 1 here. I'm going to duplicate, layer, and then it's duplicated. I'm going to make sure I have my select tool on, which I do, and then I can pull it down a bit. And let's make this one fall left first. So I'm going to put this here. Now I got 22 of these to do. So then we duplicate again. And then we move. And then we duplicate again. And then we move. I'm going to look for a keyboard shortcut for duplicate layer. Hold on. So supposedly Control-J is duplicate layer. Let's try that. It's probably Command-J. Did that do it? Oh, it did. So Command-J duplicates a layer. Command-J, move. Command-J, move. Command-J, move. See, this goes real fast this way. Nice. $21, $22. Okay, a little zig and a zag. And now, I could leave it that way, but I think it looks good if they kind of rotate as they are falling. So I'm going to go back to leaf 4, and this will be, let's just put this in here now, frame 1. Okay. To rotate them, we have to activate the transform controls. So transform controls up here has to be checked. And while you're on your select tool, go down to just outside of the box, and you should see the little double-headed arrow. Click once, and that has activated our transform controls, and then go back down so you see the little double-headed arrow again, and click and drag, and you will be able to rotate. So maybe I'll start this one like so. Now I go to the next leaf, and I make sure I'm on my selection tool. Click once, click and drag, and I go to the next one. Click once, click and drag, next, click, click and drag. Okay. That wasn't too bad. That took like, what, 5 minutes? Let's do another one. Oh, wait. I want to rename them all. So, frame 1. Okay. Somehow I ended up at 23 frames, but whatever. You know, it occurred to me that you could get away without going through that process. It doesn't take long of renaming. So it just says copy 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 blah. I just thought it might be easier when I end up doing this massive merge that I'm going to do at the end. Actually, should we do one more leaf? Yeah, let's do one more leaf down the middle, and then we'll do the merge. Okay, so at this point, my audio cut out. Had quite a few tech problems when recording this video, but you can see that I'm just duplicating layers here and moving, positioning the leaves. Here I am rotating them all. And then I begin to rename the layers, and I go one by one through all these layers and rename them. And then I tried to animate the text and ran into some problems there, and then I kind of gave up on that and went back to it later. I tried to merge layers. I ran into problems with that. I ended up spending another 30 minutes on this one and until I figured it out. So I'm going to cut to the next segment now. Okay, after a great deal of time spent on this, I have discovered the merging process when you have to have the layers visible. So I'm on frame 3 now. So I'm going to select frame 3, click on frame 3. I'm going to make it visible. Then I'm going to go up to leaf, my next one, leaf 4, frame 3, make it visible. Hold command, select it. Then I'm going to go up to frame 1. I'm going to turn these off. I'm going to go up to leaf 1, frame 3, make it visible. Hold command, select it. Make sure those other ones are selected. Leaf 9, frame 3, leaf 4, frame 3, leaf 1, frame 3. All are visible. Right click, merge layers. Okay, turn these back on now. We can see that, yes, indeed, this is working. So I'm going to turn these back off. I'm going to do frame 4 now. So I'm going to select leaf 9, frame 4, make it visible. I'm going to go up. I'm going to hold command, click on leaf 4, frame 4, make it visible, and leaf 1, frame 4, and make it visible. Make sure they're all selected still. Okay. Right click, merge. That's the process. And then we can just turn on the background and export it. So I'm going to fly through these, merge all 22 frames, and export. Here we go. Oh boy. Okay, that was a process. Now I'm going to deal with the text. Okay, so I am now animating my text. And it's kind of going like this. This is my current frame, and then I'm going to turn on the next frame and position it. So I got to select that layer, and then I'm going to drag it over, and I'm kind of doing it so the W's overlap. That's about how much I'm moving at each frame. And then I turn this one off. I turn on the next one. I'm going to select that layer, and I'm going to move it into position. Turn off this frame, turn on this one, select this layer, move it into position. I'm dealing with this lag again. I might need to save. I think I'll save so I don't lose anything. So I'm going to continue that, and I'll bring you guys back when I'm done positioning. Okay, I've positioned all my text, and now I'm going to merge my text with these leaf layers. So I'm selecting, oh, by the way, I was getting that lag again, and I just saved my project and reloaded the page, and that seemed to fix it. So FYI, save and reload. So I'm going to select, I'm going to show visible, leaf one frame one, and then I'm going to go up to my first text layer, hold command, select that, turn it on. And looks like I got one other one I got to turn off. There we go. Okay. And then right click, merge layers. Repeat frame 2, turn it on. Merge. Repeat. Frame 3. Why are these layers not showing? Okay, they're there. I was just zoomed in too far. So I'm going to resume here. So I'm on frame 4 here. Okay. Believe it or not, I think we're ready to export. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, you know what? I said put in a 3-second delay or a couple second delay before it reloads. So I need one more frame. Maybe at the top I could duplicate this last frame and put a comma 2000. Do I have to put the seconds? Milliseconds? No, I don't. I just put comma 2000. That should show that frame for... And then this is going to be on all the time, as is the background, which isn't even going to show. Okay. File, export as GIF. You know, the text doesn't come all the way on the screen. Not too bad. Obviously, I need to show my background. Do I have to merge all those layers? I thought that if the background was in there, it would show the whole time. Let's cancel this. Let's see if I just have to turn it on. And then try again. File, export as GIF. There it is. Not too shabby. You know, it looked better with more leaves. And doing those animations and merging layers is a process, but it started going much faster after I had been through it once, and I learned that keyboard shortcut Command J to duplicate a layer. And the process, duplicate them all, place them all, then rotate them all, and then rename them all. And in fact, you could get away without renaming them. I just find it easier than when you're merging layers that you could just select all the ones with the same frame number. If you don't want to go through that whole process, then do an animation where you're moving one object, or you're moving at most two. Like maybe you're animating text and it's not moving. Maybe the text is just flashing and you're moving one object. That would be much easier. So, okay, I'm going to export this, save it, and that's all for this one. Wowzer. Hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did, as Xander Budnick would say. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye.